Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Bisola. I'm a pro makeup artist here in the New York City area. And I love makeup. I'm here to teach you a couple of things. Listen, it's summertime, it's hot outside. I will say though, this video, if you're not someone that likes to get like glam, a little bit of glam, and go outside when it's hot, because the season is hot until it's fall, this video is probably not for you and you can skip it. But if you know you're gonna be a hottie all summer, you're gonna be outside with makeup on, this video is for you. Specifically, if let's say you're going to a concert, you're going to a wedding, and it's outdoors, you're gonna be sweating, plus it's hot. And bonus features, bonus tips, whatever. If you're oily, I don't really sweat like crazy, but if I'm somewhere, I'm dancing, I'm doing all that jazz, I'm gonna sweat. And it's hot outside and I'm really oily. So, tips and tricks. This video is gonna be long because I will probably be explaining stuff in detail. So don't think when you're doing this, it's gonna take you this long. You don't have to do it every single part of this video or the tips I'm sharing in your makeup look. Just take what resonates and use that to your advantage. And if you want to take all the tips, take all the tips. Now that the disclaimer is out of the way, let's get started. So I received this Oil Sucker Extreme Mattifying Alkaline Primer from One Size. Looks like so. Let me bring it closer. There we go. The light said, what? So this is what I'm going to be using as my primer today, but I'm going to show you how every step that I'm taking is just going to make my makeup stay put until I decide to take it off. No matter the sweat, whatever happens, no matter how hot it is, I got it on lock. For this, you can use whatever primer you want. If you have normal skin, however you prep your skin with your primer, that's what I would advise you to use. If you have dry skin, make sure your skin is nice and juicy and plump. The more hydrated your skin is, the better. As you guys can see, my skin is really hydrated, but I'm also very oily. Like, I'm the oiliest in my T-zone, but my whole face, like, I'm oily all over. I'm so oily. You can fry chicken on my face, okay? Okay. But yeah, I'm really, really oily. So for me, if I'm going out like today, I'm going to be doing a lot. I have like 2 videos to shoot. I have a shoot day indoors as well, but I'm going to be moving up and down. So I'm not like sitting in cool air the whole time. And I have stuff that I have to shoot outside, like 5 or 6 outfits outside. And it's like 92 degrees. And it feels like it's 97. So it's really hot. All of the things that you have, you don't have to use everything I'm using, but if you want to, if you like the results at the end of the video, you can grab them. I think this is going to be a game changer. If you don't get your hands on these or on this, the primer that I always use is the Danessa Myricks blurring balm, and mine is almost done. But this is also something, this is a primer that I know also has my bag. So if I wasn't trying this new one, that's what I would have used. So I got that out the way. I'm just trying to explain before we actually start with the application so you guys understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay. I feel like I wanted to say something else, but we can get started. A little bit goes a long way. And I want you guys to see where I place this. You see how matte it gets. I only put a tiny bit, but you can see compared to this side of my face, even compared to the sides around it, this is matte. So I'm going to read to you guys. This is step 1 is to shake well. Step 2, apply a thin, even layer on completely dry skin. Step 3, apply onto oily areas only. Step 4, allow product to dry for 3 minutes while remaining expressionless. Step 5, tap white areas, if any, with damp fingertips. I was going to mention something earlier and now I remember it. First, you guys can see this side of my face. No primer yet. And this side. This is what they mean about the white cast. You're supposed to remain expressionless, but I'm talking. It's fine. But y'all can see. What I was going to say is when you do this step, your skin prep is very important and your final step should be SPF. However, don't go in immediately with primer and then makeup. Just wait. Each step of your skin prep, you should also be waiting a minute or two before you go into the next step. Because if you don't, your face is still like really, how do I say it? Your skin has not absorbed all of the skincare products that you put on it, and then you put primer and foundation. Sometimes you see when you buff, your makeup starts to peel. That's why. Just take your time. It's not a rush. And if you're in a rush, put on your SPF with your moisturizer, and then just wait a second. Do something else that you need to do, and then go in with that. That's why I feel like a lot of people they experience peeling in their makeup. So now that we've done that, we've waited a couple of minutes, I guess it's, I don't know. But now what I'm going to do, the foundation I'm using is from Guerlain. And it's the terracotta foundation. So I'm going to spray it on my thing here. Not spray, but. And then with my mix here, I'm just going to swirl my brush in. I like my brush to be damp. So now that the foundation is on, I'm just going to leave it. We're going to move on to concealer. You see that I didn't bring foundation all the way under my eye because I don't put foundation under my eye. It's just something I don't do because I'm already going to use concealer there. I don't want to then disrupt the color or I just don't need that much under my eye. My under eye is pretty hydrated. I used eye cream much earlier when I was doing my my skincare. So these two are going to be your babies. Okay? These two. For my under eye, if you get like really oily and sweaty or if you wear glasses, this is the tip I'm going to give you. The mattifying, the waterproof one, we're going to spray it. You could use your sponge, but today I'm going to use this. Spraying it on the actual sponge itself. And I'm going in with majority of the products we're probably going to use today is going to be One Size Beauty. And I'm going to take my time in doing this. I'm not going to apply concealer here yet. So before I go under my eye, I'm just going to feel that it's not like super wet, but you still feel the coolness. Now I'm going to blend out, but tap it in place. You'll see. Now with going back in with the foundation brush, if you feel like there's a harsh line, you don't need to go back and forth, just stamp. You can see it just blends. And I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. Before going in with powder, if you want extra brightness under your eye, you can then add it and then move on. But because this is blended, this is not for the faint of heart, okay? This is not what I said. This is not for the faint of heart, okay? I'm not gonna go in with anything brighter. However, because I like the way this is blended now, my final, actually, I think I want just a little more. Do I? No. Because sometimes the more you add here, the more it creases because it's too much product there. That's why your under eye may crease as well. So now, I'm going to double check to make sure I love the way everything is looking for now. And then I'm going to set. My skin still looks skin-like, but it's matte. It's matte. So now we're going to go in first our under eye with that same sponge. What's that one I want? The puff that we used earlier. I'm just going to now press. Now, for me, because I wear glasses, I like to focus a lot of powder here where the prongs, I'll say the prongs of my glasses, where they sit on my nose and here. Because I have really high cheekbones and my glasses, they press. I need to get contacts, y'all. Anyway, they press on my cheek and it's starting to leave a curvature here. But if I'm going out and I have a full face of makeup on, no matter how much it rubs, if it's like all day, it will rub off just in that area, but my makeup is unmoved. But it takes a while to do that. I know I look crazy. It's fine. So with the same powder, just in a different color, like in a darker color, on a bigger puff, on a bigger puff, I'm going to press this to the rest of the face where we don't already have powder. Hopefully the motion does not look like I'm rubbing it. I'm pushing it into the skin. I feel like every step of makeup is always trust the process kind of thing. Now, before I sweep that off, will this be your everyday makeup technique? No. This is if you know you're going to be out in the heat, in the sun. That's why we're doing all of these things. I'm not telling you this should be your everyday routine. It will be for me during the outside heat when I'm going out. But your everyday makeup most likely won't be this, especially if you go somewhere and you know you're going to be indoors. You know, I just wanted to mention that. So now, before I sweep that off, I'm going to contour. Now, with a brush with nothing on it, I'm going to sweep off the excess that has now been sitting on my face. If I feel like I still see any like harsh lines with the contour, I just go back in with that brush. Like my forehead is not something I need to contour because I have a small forehead. Like looking from my brow to my hairline. But this is just to marry and diffuse from where one starts and where one stops. I don't go contour crazy on my, what do you call this? On my nose. Now, with a fluffy brush, nothing on it, I'm going to just blend. Going back in with that brush that I used, I'm just going to just pouncing. I feel like I'm having a disconnect because of the colors I have on my eyes and the blush. The original eyeshadow palette I was going to use was blue. Or I could have just picked the color that matched, like the 3D clapper. That's what it is, 3D blush that matched the eyes. But the steps and the tips is what matters here. Okay, okay, okay. Now, before I do anything else, each brush that I use, I'm going to go back in, besides the blush one, I'm going to go back in. So for contour, that's the contour brush. I'm going to now just, with no extra product on it, blend. Because even though this is like oil-proof, sweat-proof makeup, your makeup still got to look good, you know? Okay, now that my brows have taken a life of their own, it's a mess. I'm going to do lips. If you know, if you don't know, lips is still, I like matte lips, but because my face is probably going to be more matte than usual, I'm going to use a little sheen. But I always use eyeliner. I love using eyeliner because eyeliner, I like using waterproof eyeliner. 1, 2, they're always the cool tone brown that I like. A lot of lip liners that are brown, they always have an orange or reddish undertone, and I don't really like that. Let the light adjust. You guys can see, let me scoot back. My face, my chest, everything looks the same. My neck is probably the darkest because I have hyperpigmentation there, but that's just, it is what it is. Before I go in with the final sealant of this makeup, if you want your face to look a little more skin-like and not like so matte like me, you could go in with like a dewy mist. The Tatcha one is amazing. I'm gonna use this dewy mist from YSL. That's the one I have. This way. So I'm gonna do that. With my fluffy brush, nothing on it, I'm going to pounce in. My cheek really looked like the sun. And sometimes I would even, after doing this, I can go back in if I feel like the blush is not blushing. It is. I'm just extra. Now, I know sometimes the lights can seem washed out. I just don't want it to cast ridiculous shadows. That's why the lighting is like this. But I will take pictures and video outside so you guys can see what it looks like in person and how immaculate this is looking. Okay? 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 I'm gonna... My final step is always bottom lash mascara. Now, this is where, if nothing else we did mattered, this matters. I already told y'all it's this. This is going to be a final step. But I have this. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to continue with this. I've been using this for a while. This is the Krylon. Is it this way? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you could find Krylon on their own website. If you live in New York, we have like 4 different places that you can get Krylon from. Abracadabra, Alcone, Manhattan Wardrobe Center. There used to be a Krylon store. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's still there, but there definitely used to be a Krylon store. It was somewhere, I think it was in the West Village or in Soho. I don't remember. But most people have this. They're going to give you the same results. I just think this has a little bit of a stronger hold. I know people that do theater, this is the one they use. Let me come closer. There you go. Also, if you see this is also from Krylon. You can also get this, but this is like, these are always my go-to. If I know I'm going to sweat and be dancing, it would be these two. But this is also really amazing because they're kind of the same, basically. So I'm going to use this because this is what most people have. But if I'm going somewhere and I know it's going to be crazy, I'm going to be sweating, I'm going to be dancing, I'm going to be doing all the things, I use the Krylon one. And this is almost done. I keep using the Krylon because I don't want to finish this, but, you know. See, my skin is looking healthy, like skin. But we're matte, okay? It's literally nothing on I'm going to do a tissue test. All right, final seal. Did I need to use the fan on that? No. But I did anyway. And I held my breath. I should have told you that. I held my breath before I did it. I know some people don't really like the one size one only because of the fumes. I don't care. It smells like hairspray. I've mentioned this before, I'm not one of those people that care if there's fragrance in my products. It's very sensorial for me. Had a brain fart. The skin is looking like skin, but it's gonna be waterproof. So it's like every step, every time I spray. All right, push it in. You can see how mascara just ties everything, like bottom lash mascara ties everything together. For me, I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect because there's no color harmony going on for me. Just because of, I should have chose something a little more berry for the cheeks and or orange for the eyes if I was going to do something monochromatic. But the base itself is what we really care about, okay? And it being waterproof. So I'm about to go outside. What time is it? I'm going to show you guys the time. It is 3:24 p.m. Now, I'm just going to add lashes. So this is the finished look for now. I'm going to do all the things that I need to do. And you guys will see pictures and videos of me outside. Okay, so check-in time, and I'm about to go take off my makeup. It's around, oh, I don't have my phone. Around like 11 something p.m. The last time I showed you guys the time, it was like 3:25. So this is okay. Okay. Is this upside down? It's okay. Now, I want to wear it. I like giving products chances because, let me try to come closer. My under eye, it's still very matte. That is the one thing. Like, it's matte. And remember, what we did was we used the waterproof with this to set the concealer, and after that the powder. I didn't use that, but that locked it in. That's usually, I wanted to just use the products as is. When something new comes out, I like to use it, you know, the way majority of people are going to use it, to see how it performs, because I be having my own little tips and tricks that I apply when it comes to my makeup. To majority of people that are not like glam girlies, it might be extra, but to me it's just very normal. But the way that this, I'm getting tongue twisted, the way that this, in a couple of hours when I was outside, I was oily. It didn't keep the oil at bay the way I thought. After the first hour and a half, I'll say, because as soon as I was done here, I went outside and I took video, but you guys will see. I was like really sweaty. So the sweatproof is sweatproofing, okay? I was sweating because it was hot outside. I was sweating, but this did not keep the oil. I have other products, and I don't know if it's the foundation, because this is I would say a normal foundation. It's not a mattifying foundation. So what I'm gonna do next, the next time I wear this, I'm going to wear it with a mattifying foundation to see if it has better longevity. But as far as sweatproof, we're good. Y'all, I just want to let you know I sweated. I want you to see. I dabbed off my sweat and you can't even see. See? I dabbed off sweat and everything is still intact. No makeup came off anywhere. So now the brush that I used for my foundation earlier, if I were to go over to mattify, let's see if that does anything. Nothing. There's just from earlier. I don't have, as you can see, it's not wet. It's not applying anything. But I'm just going to press it. Let's see if it, oh, it took away the shine. Oh, it took away the shine, but for how long? Oh, okay. Definitely took away the shine. Look at that. But that's not realistic, because you're not going to carry your foundation brush with you wherever you go. So let me do the other side. I just wanted to show y'all what it would look like, because there's some primers you can take with you that mattify, and you just apply it to the place that you get oily the most, and it'll mattify it. The Tom Ford mattifying primer does that. I wonder, let's see if you could do this over there. I don't think you can, because it leaves that white cast. Let's see. The next one I'm going to do, we're going to do another wear test with a mattifying foundation to see. So let's see here. Oh, nope. That was a mistake, because it just moved my foundation, my makeup. See? I mattified it, but it also moves my makeup. And then my eyes creased because I accidentally sprayed on top of it. But for my first time trying, like wearing it out in the heat, I would say this was okay. My Danessa Myrix is still king, but I will say I didn't try this with a mattifying foundation. So the next time I wear it, I will use a mattifying foundation, and I'll use this because this has never betrayed me. That one size has never betrayed me either. But I think I don't have much left. So even when I sprayed it earlier, I was thinking like, did anything come out? Did anything set my face? But for the sweatproof part, 10 out of 10. Because like I said, I was outside shooting different pictures in the heat on the rooftop. The sun was like directly in my face and I was sweating. I was sweating. So that is it. I just wanted to prove to you guys. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in the video. If I didn't, I'm going to mention it now. Sweat-proof does not mean you're not going to sweat. Sweat-proof does not mean you're not going to sweat. It just means when you sweat, or if you go in the pool, or if water gets on you, your makeup is going to stay put. It's not going to, even if you dab it off like I showed you guys I did on my tissue. Where did it go? On my tissue, like, I hope this is not gross to y'all. Like, I was patting, and it wasn't the oil I was patting, it was sweat. So you could see the makeup on the tissue and it's still intact. Did not come off anywhere. So you're gonna sweat. If you're someone that sweats, if it's like really, really hot, you're gonna sweat. It just means your makeup is gonna stay in place. It's not gonna budge. That's what this was for. So when you go out to these events, if you have your, I would say take a fan like this, one of these fans to have with you, and just, you know, if you don't have something like that, blotting sheets will really, really help. What else? If you have one of those puffs, they have, I'll annotate it and you guys will see it. I'll link it below. The trays that come with triangle puffs, they have them on Amazon. You could put powder in there, and then this is to keep anything away. If you want to like blot it away and you don't want to use tissue, or you don't want to use blotting sheets, I'm just giving you ideas. But I generally don't like adding stuff on top of sweat. No. I'm gonna use blotting sheets. That's why I use that tissue. But my makeup did not. Listen, you're gonna sweat if you are someone that sweats. Okay? There's some people, they just don't be sweating. But if you sweat, your makeup is gonna stay in place. That's what sweat-proof means. Now, if you want something that is not going to make you sweat at all, like it's gonna prevent the sweat from coming through, let me know and I'll make that video, because I have the item, but you would have to get it at one of the pro makeup artist stores. I'm not sure if it's something you can get online. If you want, let me know. No sweating. Comment no sweating with a strawberry emoji. Strawberry emoji. And I will make a video like that for you guys. But this is it. This is the end. See, even after I use the brush to mattify it, my oils are still coming through. I'm just saying. Anyway, that is it for this video. I appreciate you watching it all the way through. If you're still here, shout out to you, and you see me in the next video.